My agent asked me to take another pest control commercial, and I said, not a chance. Hello, are we rolling? Hey, my name's Chris. I'm here to introduce the new Silly Bus song, and it's called Icky, Icky Insects. Hello? Excuse me? Sir? Excuse me, young man? A future entomologist, I see. It's called Icky, Icky Insects. Enjoy.
The thorax and the abdomen, an exoskeleton that's nice and hard, protects the insect 'cause it won't break or bend. Icky, icky insects have 6 legs. Icky, icky insects hatch from eggs. All around, in the air and sea, and on the ground. Icky, icky insects have a shell that covers up their head. It helps protect them, keeps them safe and strong. One pair of purple shoes for each pair of legs. 6 in all, it helps them move along. Icky, icky insects have 6 legs. Icky, icky insects hatch from eggs. Icky, icky insects all around, in the air and sea, on the ground. Insects are called arthropods, distinctly divided body parts, an exoskeleton that's nice and hard, 'cause insects play an important part of our world. Icky, icky insects hatch from eggs. Icky, icky insects all around, in the air and sea, and on the ground.
Is anybody there? Could somebody please help me up? Please give me a hand or something. Not that kind of hand.
Okay, now we are ready to start drawing our insect and our plant. So I have chosen for my insect a dragonfly, and for my plant I have an iris. So I'm going to fold my paper in half, hot dog style, hot dog. Going to write my first and last name at the top and my hour. Just in case I misplace this, I don't have to do it all over again if Miss Littlefinger knows who it belongs to. So, I'm going to draw my insect first. And my insect, I think I want 3 insects on my composition. But I don't really need to draw 3 insects. I just need to draw it one time because I'm going to use that one drawing from this paper to transfer it 3 different times. So I'm going to get 3 bugs out of it, but I'm just going to draw it one time. So I'm going to follow the directions here. If your booklet doesn't have directions, then just try to break it down to the smallest components. And we've already done our blind contour, so you're familiar with what it looks like. So I'm going to draw my head and my thorax. I like that this booklet has all the different parts labeled for me. And my abdomen. My abdomen is much bigger than that. Okay, now I'm going to notice where these lines come off of the thorax. About halfway in between the thorax, and then down here on the abdomen, and then there's a little curve line there, and that goes up. And then this line, it tilts down a little bit, and then it curves, tilts down, and it curves out. And then this side curves, it's convex this direction. So I'm going to do the same thing on the other side. I think I could have made that a little bit thinner. That seems a little bit thick to me. So I'll make that adjustment. This is not your final piece, so you don't need to worry about it if it's not exactly the way you want it. Keep on making those changes as needed. And the bottom, I know that the bottom is going to be, the bottom of the outside of the wing is out further than the top of the wing. And then that is about an angle like that, so it's a little further out. Now, I also needed to give myself a little bit more space on that side, so I might draw this a second time just to make sure I have it exactly the way I want it. And then down. Yep, I'm going to have to draw that one a second time. So this time I'm going to turn it sideways. I'll fast forward this for you now. Ooh, fast forward.
Don't worry if you don't get it on the first try. It takes a little bit of practice to get it the way you want it. Now, after I've drawn these, like when I draw these on my pottery, it's one of my favorite things to draw on my pottery. After I've drawn them a few times, then I can just go fast. But until I've spent a little bit of time practicing, then it's not as easy for me to do.
So the only way to get really good at drawing something is to draw it over and over and over. So the only way to get really good at drawing something is to draw it over and over and over. So the only way to get really good at drawing something is to draw it over and over and over. And then his little some details here. Keep those simple. His eyeballs, an eyeball there, and an eyeball there, and a little tentacle there and there, and then some little feet. Okay, now the veins in his wings, I'm going to follow the directions they have there. Erase out some of these lines. Okay, there is my dragonfly, and I will use him Again, I will use him more than once to create my dragonflies. Okay, now I'm going to turn it over, and now I'm going to draw my flower. And again, I've already done my blind contours. I'm very familiar with what the flower looks like. So now I'm going to just draw one flower. I'm going to not draw on the crease here. It's difficult. And I want it to be about this size. Now I don't need to worry about it being on a diagonal right now. It can be straight up and down because I'm going to use this to transfer. This is not the final piece. So I know the top here, that's like a big circle there. And then if this is a big circle there, then about there is this piece right here where these two come off. Now I can't see the edge of that, so I'm just going to have to make that up. Bring that around a little bit from below there. Now I'm not making it exactly like that one. I'm looking for distinguishing characteristics, and I'm drawing flower that looks like an iris, but not maybe exactly that iris. Irises have a special place in my heart because my mother bought me irises to put in my her garden when I was in high school, and she bought me purple ones because that was my school colors. So I have those irises now in my garden at my house. So distinguishing characteristics, I'm noticing that the outside of the petals are very curvy, probably even more curvy than I have them here. Very curvy. And then some of those lines from the outside are coming in. Okay, and then down here there's like an oval shape. Comes up, curves around, and then there's another bud. That's curvy there. So it's a good idea to start with basic geometric shapes. Try to fit the iris into a basic geometric shape, like the top here, that was a circle, this is an oval here, there's another oval, or this one is maybe even a little bit more of a teardrop shape. That makes it easier to draw when you break things down into their basic geometric shapes. Now this leaf is so simple that I'm not going to worry about that right now. Basically this leaf is like a triangle, a really long triangle, really long kind of organic curvy triangle. So I can go back on my drawing once I get the hardest part, the flower. Once I get that part on, then I'll come back and add some of my leaves. Alright, today I need for you to get your insect, one insect, and one flower drawn, ready to get those transferred on tomorrow. Remember, I only want you to draw one insect. If you get one insect and one flower or plant done before the end of the hour, then you can draw another one. Alright, be good, be great, be awesome. Do it! Be good, be great, be awesome. Be awesome. Be awesome. Be awesome.